5 things that I do, 5 laws that I live by, right? And I'm going to dub it the 5 laws to freedom. My 5 laws. Law number 1 is this. And some of these laws you're going to say, oh my gosh, that was so profound. Oh my gosh, that was, wow. All right? You guys ready? Focus, got your pen and paper ready? All right, cool. Here's law number 1. Law number 1. Put somebody in. It's law number 1. You got to enroll somebody. Put somebody in the business, okay? Show the deal until you get a yes. Byron, toss the DVD out till someone say yes. 3 dum-dums left, 3 dum-dums right? Payday all day. Byron, I got you, man. I listen to the audios. That's why I'm up here. I get taught by these guys, right? Number 1, put somebody in. Does so much for you. Even if you put 1 person in, look, if you put 1 person in the business, it makes you just feel so good. Ask the people who's put somebody in the business. They'll tell you it feels good. Just put 1 person in. I remember a time when I was like, I wasn't even a senior rep probably, and I was, running around and doing stuff with Ed, and there was a drought where I didn't put anybody in. And I remember I called Ed, and Ed said something to me, he's like, yeah, man, listen, I gotta call you back because I'm putting people in the system. And I'm saying there like, oh, man, I want to put somebody in too, but I haven't. And I remember that, like when I finally put somebody in and I text them, the number and the name, and I just felt so good that I was like, telling Ed, oh, I got one. Yeah, I know it's been a drought, but I got one. Put somebody in. Just newsflash, if you don't put nobody in the business ain't gonna build. You gotta put somebody in. You guys with that? Cool. Easy law. Put somebody in. I don't have to talk about the specifics of inviting and all that stuff because we had great trainers already cross the stage to talk to you about prospecting and inviting and all that stuff, so I don't have to go through that. Law number 1, put somebody in. Law number 2, you've got to show them what to do. They're like a newborn baby, okay? You've got to go stand side by side with them and say, me and you, we're going to go out there, we're going to get this, okay? They have no idea. I have a newborn, okay? My newborn can't eat if I don't feed him the bottle. I have to show him how to eat. Then when he gets the strength, he can hold the bottle himself one day, okay? But I have to teach him first, okay? Show them what to do first. They don't know. They don't know any better. See, if you go out there and you put somebody in and then you just don't do anything with them, they're not going to know it's not cool to not put somebody in. They're just going to think, okay, cool, I got in, now I could BS all day. Like, no, that's not the case. You've got to teach them, all right? I'm going to give you a case in point, too. No one's perfect, okay? No one is perfect. I myself, I'm not perfect, all right? I've had a couple personals where I've actually not been able to do that part now because I move around and I live in a different state and stuff. So, for example, Section 341, Malcolm Williams. Where you at? Stand up. Section 341, Malcolm Williams, stand up. Malcolm, my man. See, Malcolm Williams, I'm going to tell you a story about Malcolm back there, right? Malcolm, I put him in, he's one of my personals, right? And I had no idea until last week. Malcolm Williams put in 41 personals within the last year. Give him some props. Hold on. But here's the deal. Malcolm has yet to reach some of his goals, and rank achievements in WorldVentures because of me. Malcolm, I own that. On the stage, I own that. That's on me. I had no idea until last week. We're going to change that. All right, bro? My man. See, but you got to teach them. There's other folks who we do that with, right? Like Javed White. Javed, where you at? My man, Ja. Jesus Caratini next to him. See, when they first get in, I had to go and, show them how to do it at first because they didn't know. When I first got in, Ed had to show me how to do, I didn't know, right? They taught me. Ed taught me. And I had to go pass that down. So you guys get that? Law number 2, you have to show somebody what to do because they don't know. All right? Guys with me? Yes. What's law number 1? Law number 2? Show them what to do, right? Here's law number 3. Tricky law. Tricky law. Law number 3. You've got to know when to let them go. You've got to know when to let them go and do their own thing. My older daughter, right? She's 5. She's going to be 6 in March. Chloe is a trip, to say the least. But when I drop her off at school in the morning, right? You know, she jumps, there's like a car line. She jumps out the car, right? And when she jumps out the car, she's strolling, right? She's 5. She wants to walk by herself to the door. And that's what all the kids do. They jump out the car on the car line and they walk to the front of the door. I'm there with the windows down, like, you know, and my daughter's like, go, Dad, go. That's Chloe. For real. But I've got to let her go. Like, eventually, she's going to, like, be an adult. And I can't do everything for her. It starts then. You know, imagine if I'm, you know, holding my 17-year-old daughter like this, feeding her. Yeah, it's stupid, right? We're laughing, right? But then we do this in our business. We want to do presentations for our people until they hit IMD. That sounds stupid. I don't get that. That's dumb. That don't even make sense. And there's some people that's laughing at it like, like this, damn. Can't do that. You have to learn how to let them go. That's how leadership is developed. Use Byron again. I remember one of Byron's audios. I think it was at boot camp too. You know, Byron said, it doesn't matter how fast anyone goes. If I got more leaders, I win. Remember that? Because I win. I heard that and I'm like, I get it. One of the best ways to, in my opinion, you know, develop leadership outside of personal development, letting them go. Do their thing. I got so many great leaders on my team because I force myself, even though I don't necessarily sometimes want to, I force myself to let them go. All right? 1, put somebody in. 2, show them what to do. 3, oh, excuse me. See? Y'all paying attention. That's a trick. Got y'all. Law number 4. Here's law number 4. Law number 4 is building a relationship with your leaders. Building a relationship with your team. You gotta build relationships with them. See, I have such a great relationship with a lot of my team members, specifically my leaders. It has nothing to do with money or in money incentives or where they're placed on my team. And no, you my boy. You're my friend. Outside of WorldVentures. You're my friend. Okay? Look at Jesus. Papa. That's my guy outside of work, but that's my brother, Javed, same thing. And I'm gonna show you how this ties in, right? Jesus, RMD, 100K ring earner. Javed, 100K ring earner, marketing director. Both regional trainers. I saw their names up there today. Gary Cowan, 100K ring earner, RMD. Victor Parrish, where you at, Vic? Victor Parrish. Vic grew up like 2 blocks from me. Talk fast, stutter then, talk fast, stutter now. 100K ring earner. No, he's got better with he's gotten much better. Rob De La Rosa, where you at? Where you at, man? He's over there somewhere. All right, you already know. R&B, walked up, 100K ring earner, LTE. All right, Jay Peso, where you at? What up, boy? NMD, 100K ring earner. Julio Acosta, where you at, man? Stand up. It's my guy. IMD. Next $1 million ring earner, man. It's the guy right there. It's my boy. That's outside the world. That's my man right there, man. Right? See, like, if you don't find ways to like develop a bond with your team, you know, you're gonna slowly start to see them dwindle away, right? And then you're gonna be like, well, they don't want to do nothing, man. Screw them. They said screw you a long time ago. Long time ago. You gotta learn how to build these relationships with your team. All right? Law number 5. It's the law that I think drives me the most. And it's what gets me going and keeps me pushing regardless of any obstacle, regardless of how anything looks, regardless of my situation. Law number 5 is a combination of 2 things. Faith and dreaming big. I had no idea up until maybe recently that a lot of people struggle with those things. Faith, right? First, I'll talk about dreaming big, all right? Dreaming big. I spend so much time in my mind about good things, about things that I want, things that I want to happen, and just where I want to be in my life, and all sorts of things like that. Like I do things to try to just train my subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is what attracts things that you have in your life, whether you know it or not. Your subconscious mind is thinking about things, whether you know it or not. You got to train your subconscious mind to think about things that you want. So for me, I'm always doing things. I remember when I was a kid, right? When I was a kid, I had like this metal binder with a bunch of pages with like exotic cars. I was like in elementary school. Just had a bunch of exotic cars. As a kid, I've always wanted like an exotic car, okay? I've always wanted an exotic car. It's been like my dream, more than a lot of other materialistic things, maybe even more than like a big house and all that stuff, because I was a kid, I just kept seeing this stuff. And I always kept believing that one day I'll try to find a way to get it. And that's why I'm always doing things like, you know, I got friends down in Miami through Jesus that, you know, we get to like rent a lot of exotic cars. And, you know, I've been able to rent a lot of the exotic cars that are out right now just so I can get a feel for them. And I do that so that I could like know how it is to just feel to be behind one, right? And my birthday's today, right? And last week on Monday, before I left to come out to the trainer's training, I went in and I was looking at this black 458 Ferrari, and I'm like, man, I'm tired of my M6. I don't know if I want this one anymore. My M6, right? I'm like, damn, this is badass. My bad. This is bad. It's a bad car. Bad. Mark ain't hear that. Hope not. Says bad. So, you know, I went and I left a small deposit on this black 458 so that when I get back for my birthday, it can still be there. Now, I don't know if I'm going to take it. I'll say that. I don't know if I'm going to take it, but just to be in the situation to say if I wanted to, I'll go get it tomorrow. All right? It's because of this company. So I'm not saying this to brag to you or anything like that. Not at all. I'm just saying this to you guys like, it's possible through this company. So we're still on dreaming, right? I remember early on in WorldVentures, there's a sheet, forgive me for being an IMD and don't remember the name of the sheet. It's a paper that has the highest rank, like the ranks, and like the highest you can make on those ranks. So it's not the income disclosure statement, it's another paper, all right? It's not the percentage and all that stuff, it's just another paper, right? I had that paper, I printed it out, and I folded it up on IMD, and I used to sleep, I put it under my pillow, and I would sleep on it. Dreaming, I'm always dreaming. There's nothing on earth in my mind that can't be done, or that can't be accomplished, or that can't be had, all right? Everyone, every last one of you, all right? You guys are able to do the exact same things that I am and everyone here in the front row, all right? Dreaming is important. You gotta dream. Here's what helps dreaming. It's having faith. That's what we spoke about. That's the second half of the fifth law. Having faith. You gotta have faith. I can't describe to you what my faith and how it's been able to drive me to where I am right now. I want to give you guys a quick story. About a year ago, it was the first week of December in 2013. I sat down, had dinner with Julio Acosta, Valerie Acosta, his wife, Val. What's up? I don't know where you at. I don't see you over there, but Val, oh, there you go. Valerie Acosta, my man, Dr. David Peach, Savannah, me and Francesca. And we had dinner at Prime 112 on Miami Beach. And I just remember saying to myself, look, telling June in the text, when we go sit with him, don't say a word. I'm not saying nothing. We're gonna hear him speak, and that's it. I don't wanna ask him no question. I just want him to talk. I just wanna hear it. All right, cool? Remember that? So we sat down and we had dinner, and obviously, like in me and June's mind, we're trying to think like, I wanna know how he was getting from like 50,000 to 100,000 a month. Like, what is he doing, right? The entire talk, we sat for 4 hours at this restaurant. The entire talk, the entire time we were sitting down eating, and David Peach was talking. It was about faith. Now, if you just really quick, if you don't know who Dr. David Peach is, $1 million earner, IMD, and hit IMD in 10 months, okay? All on faith. The whole thing was about faith, and I just remember as he was talking, I can just feel every word that he was saying. Do you remember that? Yeah. And after that talk in December of 2013, just about faith, and I just started to have my own mindset on faith and believing that all the stuff in my dreams were possible, all right? So we're just gonna, I just want you to like think about that, all right? It's important, faith is important, all right? But here's the last thing that this is not a law, but it's the thing that wraps it all up in a bow, okay? We've seen it time and time again throughout the entire weekend. We've heard the word a bunch of times throughout the entire weekend. We've seen it from every trainer, every person who's walked across the stage, and we even saw it from Michelle Grant. There's one thing that they have that leaves their body when they're speaking, when they're presenting, training, whatever, and it shows to everyone that's watching, and it's their passion. You see, there's so many, listen, I guarantee you, if you guys go through like my team and you see so many people, making so much money, I guarantee you, here's what drives most of them. Their passion, all right? It's their passion, it's what's driving them inside. You know how many times I've looked at Jay Peso saying stuff about, how he's building and stuff, and I'm sitting there like, let's get it, Jay. I don't know about that one, Jay, but Jay wins every time. He wins every time. It's because he's passionate. Okay? When you saw Troy up here, he was passionate. People are buying the passion. They're not buying anything else. They're buying you. All right? Stop being so cool every time you're out there trying to show the business. All right? Stop being so cool. It's your passion that drives you. All right? I know there's a bunch of people in this room right now that are extremely passionate about paying off their debt, about maybe buying their parents a new home, right? About hitting IMD, hitting the $1 million ring. There's people that's passionate in here that's probably thinking, man, how am I gonna pay my car note next month? Find some passion and you'll get it done. If there's something that you guys are passionate about right now that you want WorldVentures to do for you, get up and let Kentucky hear how passionate you are about it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Use that passion inside of you, and I see you on the stage, baby. Let's go.